Tony Gas here. I don't know if any of you are experiencing this, but I'm getting a lot of spam calls, just like a bunch of spam calls of like, hey, we got a loan for you, take your loan out. Hey, this right here, this right there. I mean, bunch of text messages from companies and realtors and a bunch of cold emails from everybody got a service, everybody offering something. Like, and it is crazy. Like, just the amount of cold emails, cold text messages, and cold calls that's happening right now. And the thing about it is, what people don't understand, be like, oh, well, how can we be nearing a recession if people offering money? The reason why they offering money is because they know that 9 out of 10 people, and now what do this say? Oh, now what race is they? They got a Kamala Harris side. It's a white neighborhood. I don't know about that Kamala Harris side. You can't pay me to put no Kamala Harris side out in a white neighborhood. Even at my house get egged and toilet paper. Man, they must be Indian. That might be an Indian family, because you put that Kamala Harris out there and then they got it waving in the air. Like, listen, we got CDD HOA. You can't have no presidential candidate flag waving in front of your house out here. Y'all forgive me. Lady commented the other day, she liked my videos in the office where I'm just teaching, get straight to the point, no side conversation. Hey, listen, touch your nose. I'm gonna do a video how I want to do a video. I don't care about what you like. It's about what I like on my channel and how I do my videos. Touch your nose. Thank you. God bless you. Keep your head up. Keep going. No love lost, no hard feelings. And I say, man, it's getting serious. So I'm telling you, count every dollar. Count every dollar and make your money work for you. What I mean by that is spend money on your grocery, spend money on your necessities, spend money on the things that you need, and then spend money on your business, spend money investing in you, spend money on things that can make you money. Like, do not get caught up. Like, don't go doing no shopping, don't buy no clothes, no shoes. If you got clothes and shoes, do not buy no house right now. Do not buy no car right now that you absolutely need it. If you need a house and you getting ready to buy a house, take and rent. And a lot of times you don't want to go into no whole lease. Get an Airbnb. But get on Airbnb, write the person and say, hey, what can you do for me for 30 days? What's the best rate you could do? 60 days, 90 days. Sometimes when you go to book it regular, you'll get a regular rate because it's meant for like 2-3 night bookings. But if you want to do a long term, then reach out and ask them. They lose 15%. So say, hey, I would love to have a call or set up a Zoom with you to talk about a potential month to month. When you set that call or Zoom up, now you keep 15% in their pocket, because now Airbnb out the deal. They might be more likely to do that. So you got to remember, whatever the month is, if it's $2,000, Airbnb taking 300 of that. So that's really $1,700 to them, and it probably some other fees in there. So therefore, when you talk to them, hey, I will give you, can you do $1,700? Can you do, or whatever the number is, and that way get a market time to see what the market gonna do. You do that for 3 to 6 months instead of buying a house. Set your eyes on some houses. Get on Zillow. When you get on Zillow and Realtor.com, favorite your houses that you favorite, and then watch and apply for updates. And then watch, you're going to see these houses start dropping 5%, 10. And they're going to start to drop. And then, boom, when it hit to the price you want it, now you take your good credit score, your good income, you go to the credit union, and you see about a loan for the house. Or, instead of a loan for the house, you could talk to the owner. Do owner financing on the house. Get you a nice, solid, good contract. But the thing about it is, with where we getting ready to go, and see, that you can't be bill scared. You got to take care of your life. So if you got credit card debt, you got other debt, you got to prioritize what you owe. See, some people just so worried about a credit score. Listen, credit score could be fixed. Credit score could be fixed like that. And the reason why a lot of companies now is not that caught up on credit, because America credit is bad. Do you realize how terrible America is with money? Can't nobody be judgmental about how you manage your money when America print trillions of dollars and is in debt trillions of dollars and still going through a recession. How are we finna go through a recession, the market about to crash, and y'all just could print money? Y'all have printed all this money. Just think about that. The way America spend money is ghetto. America handle money like they from the ghetto. Like they got no financial literacy. We is not in the black. America is in the red. Oh, China, all kind of money. Oh, all kind of money. So you got to prioritize. So, okay, boom, you got this credit card right here. When you give your cash to a credit card before the recession, like we finna get ready to go through a somewhat of a recession. Let's say you send $1,000 to your credit card. If your credit card been maxed out and you send $1,000, your credit card may take your limit from 1,000, take it all the way down to 300. Now you just lost $700. Now, and if you needed that 700, you thought you was finna spend that money right again for your expenses, you gotta think about that first. Yeah, you paying interest, but that's the point of a bank. They're gonna make money off interest. So while people be talking about, oh, get out of debt, listen, you gotta keep a roof over your head. So pay your rent first, or your mortgage first, cause that's the roof over your head. Then if you need a car to get to work, you pay your car, because that's how you make a living. If you work from home and you need your internet to work from home, then you pay your internet bill before you pay a credit card bill, unless you could pay for your internet with the credit card. And if you're gonna pay your bill, you could send it to your credit card approve it tomorrow, pay it right then. If you send that money to a credit card and you let it sit for too long, they might decrease it because the bank's trying to put cash in their pocket. So you got to think about this. If the bank trying to put cash in their pocket, if you or anybody you know have paid to a credit card and a credit card got the balance shrunk, or they was making the monthly minimum payments and their card got closed, that right there is always a sign of a looming recession. The bank is saying, we gonna take what you paying us and we're gonna close this card so that you can't keep paying and then spending again. Because if you doing this habit right here, you eventually gonna pay and max out again and then not be able to pay, and we out of luck. So then you gonna have to take and do that right there. Now, some banks, if you got a credit card with them and you got a checking account with them and you ain't paying that credit card because you paying your living expenses that you need, your roof over your head or your internet or whatever, they'll take that money out your account. So you got to also be mindful of that. If things get that tough, you might have to switch, withdraw your money and go open a bank account that you don't owe them no money. Go open with a bank that you ain't got a credit card with them. So that way you ain't got to worry about them snatching your money. And then if somebody got to send you to collections in a recession, listen, it'll be better to have to go to collections and then worry about fixing your credit than to be evicted and got to go live in a shelter because you took your rent money and you were so credit card scared and so scared of a mark on your credit that any dope boy could fix your credit. Everybody know how to fix credit. It's just a number. Everybody know how to fix credit. You can't get credit scared because of Dave Ramsey and them. You got to make sure that you have your necessities. So if you see these banks go to, especially if you have any card that done shut your card off or done took your balance, then you take your money and instead of giving it to that card, make sure you got grocery. Make sure you got a roof over your head. Make sure you got transportation. Make sure that however you make money, the bills that's connected to how you make money, whether that's a car, a subway car, a bus car, a bike card, a Uber money, internet, whatever that may be, make sure those things are in place. Then after those things in place, then you pay them other bills. So you got to, when you're getting ready to go to a recession, you got to prioritize. It's some people that's so scared. Listen, white people, billionaires, multimillionaires, they file bankruptcy 3-4 times in their lifetime. They is not scared of debt. These the people who founded America. The people who founded America have given you the blueprint. They will file bankruptcy before they give you all their money when they got to choose between giving a bank their money or taking care of their lifestyle and keeping their head above water. They will file bankruptcy. You know why? Because they understand the tax law. They understand business. They understand that business that won't get paid could write off what they owe. So when Donald Trump companies file bankruptcy, his company owe money to this bank. When they file bankruptcy, the bank get to say he owed us 400 million, 100 million. He didn't pay us. He filed bankruptcy. Guess what the bank get to do? They get to write off that 100 million. So now out of all their profits, if they profited $1 billion and they owe the government 100 million, but this person over here filed bankruptcy and didn't pay them, now they get to claim that 100 million as a loss. So yes, they lost their money, but now they got it back because they don't have to pay that in taxes. So that's why these people be filing bankruptcy. But the thing about it is, when you come from low income and you come from no financial literacy and you come from slavery, you have a ball and chain. We have this ball and chain mentality, so we be so scared. We be scared of that. We be scared to let the bank take a loss. And we'll take a loss giving the bank back their money that they loaned us when they in the business to gamble. The bank is gambling. Think about it now. Literally think about this. How much money do you have for you to loan somebody, for you to loan out hundreds of millions? You don't loan what you can't afford to lose. So what you have to realize is when you taking and you not eating to pay a credit card bill, and you not paying your car note to pay a credit card bill, and you not paying your mortgage or your rent, you not paying your child tuition, you not paying for your child food and clothes so you can pay a credit card bill, so you could give money back to a bank, you losing, because now you finna be sleeping under the bridge. While this bank, they was already finna use you as a write-off. And everything that you paying them, they already made the money you owe them and the next 2-3 years worth of profit off of the interest that you've been paying for the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Because when you paying down this car, you paying down interest. You paying interest. Every time you make a payment, the minimum amount due, that next month you get hit with interest. So your card never really going down because they keep adding on that interest. So if it comes down, when we get ready to go through this recession, if it comes down between you paying a credit card and you keeping the roof over your head, you better choose that roof over your head. Because if you don't pay that roof over your head, because you eating out or you paying credit card, they finna take that roof from over your head. Now you finna be in a shelter. Or got to go live with your annoying family member, your annoying friend who rubbing in your face every day that you need them for their roof. When you had a roof, but you went to paying all this other stuff to these greedy banks that gave you the money to lose it anyways. Now, if you get blessed to where, so I'm not saying don't pay them at all, but you prioritize. Roof over my head, transportation to work, okay, job secured. All right, you get fired, you get laid off. Now what it come down to, make money. Apply for unemployment. Keep applying. They're going to deny you the first time, maybe the second time, maybe the third time. That fourth time, they're going to approve you. You get your unemployment check. Now you got unemployment. Then what you do is the money that you have, the money you got available on your credit cards, you start your LLC. Then you start your t-shirt line, or you start your cooking business. You start your whatever business to where it's a service-based business where you can make money right away. Start your cleaning business, your detailing business, your hair braiding business, your hair cutting business, right out the house, friends and family. Go to Fiverr, make a flyer, post a flyer on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Get you some organic business, selling your products or using your service. And then you do that, you start making money. Now you take that money, you reinvest back into your business. If you need another product line, you need more inventory, you need another flyer, you need a website, you need to pay for marketing, what have you. You doing that, you investing in your business. After your business builds and you got consistent income coming in, then you could jump back to them cards. Any bill collectors that's calling you, you let them know. You answer the phone, don't run from them. You answer the phone and you say, hey, I ain't got it right now, but so I'm going through hardship. I had a 20% decrease, 80% decrease, or I lost my job. Can I have a forbearance? They're going to give you a forbearance because they want their money. They want to know that you're going to pay them back at some point. They want to have a trust relationship with you. If they say, well, no, we can't do a forbearance, say, okay, if you can't do a forbearance, I'm not going to be able to pay you. I'm not going to be able to pay you. You're going to lose your money. Do you have a settlement option? You owe $1,000, they'll settle for $300. How much can you settle for? I'll settle for $100. Okay, let me talk to my supervisor. Talk to the supervisor. Supervisor come back, yeah, we'll settle for $100. Or they'll come back, no, we can't settle for $100. Can you do $200? Yeah, I'll do $200. Boom, they write off that $800. Say, can you send me that in writing? They send you that in writing. You settle for that $100, $200. Then boom. When I was in my early 20s, I had to go through this process. I was learning from the credit people and all that. I'm learning. And I started to see how these people, they'll settle. You know why? Because they get to write it off. So yeah, that's not money they want to lose. But you got to realize from the interest that everybody paying, they got 1 million people paying interest who got a job, who gonna be paying the interest. So they got profits. So out of all these profits, they take it and they say, okay, we got to pay taxes to the U.S. government, to the IRS. So the people who default and that we got to do a settlement with, we get to write that off. So that's going to cut into our tax bill. So that's why it's business, and that's the cost of doing business. So you got to sit down and you got to prioritize your bills. Don't pay bills based on fear, and don't pay bills based on, oh, this a bank, this and that. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to jail for bad credit. You're not, somebody could do a judgment, but they can't take nothing from you. You ain't got nothing to give them when it's credit now. The IRS will go to seize and stuff if you owe taxes. But even with them, you hear about the people who, the companies who you owe taxes, you owe 10,000 more, call us. We get the bill wiped away, or we get you a payment plan. We get a settlement. They'll work with you too. You got to tell them. You got to tell them, hey, okay, I could give you $100 a month. I could give you $50 a month. But you're going to get your money. I owe you, I'll give you $50 a month. Boom. They're going to work with you because they say, okay, if you're trying to work with me, that let me know you're honest, and that let me know you're going to pay me instead of you just running off on the plug. Now I got to spend money, time, and resource to come chase you, try to take you to court, all of that. I ain't trying to do all that. So some company, they're trying to take you to court, get a judgment. the judgment don't mean nothing, because they not finna come take your house or take your apartment or take your car because you owe Chase credit card. So you got to prioritize when you're getting ready to go through a recession. And then you got to make sure that you got income coming in. You got a job. You may need to have an at-home working job. I got some clients who work from home and they work for 2-3 companies. And each company paying them 70, 80K. And they doing the jobs at the same time and not letting neither company know. They working both jobs at the same time and they work from home. That's what you got to do. Milk the system. Take these at-home jobs and you make this here money, keep you some income. But then also be investing in something on the side now, something that you can't be fired from. So make sure that you building your t-shirt business, or you building your catering business, or you building your cleaning business, or your babysitting business, an active, needed service, something that people gonna get right to. You don't want to get too caught up in luxury and all of that, like clothes and stuff, a online boutique, because when people go to get broke, they finna stop buying clothes. They not buying clothes, they not buying shoes. They gonna let their hairdos go longer. They gonna let their nails go longer. They gonna start doing stuff themselves. So you got to think about necessities. What do people really need? What will people want? What's gonna be retail therapy? If somebody got to do some retail therapy, what they looking to buy? And get in that space and just become that person to all of your family, to all of your friends, to all of your coworkers, to all of your neighborhood, your complex, to all of that. And just you having 20 regular clients will keep you enough income to help you stay afloat in a recession. So this is what you got to understand about being recession proof. Understand this right here. Multi-billion-dollar companies is filing bankruptcy. You as a little individual cannot be afraid to let that credit card file bankruptcy. Not literally filing bankruptcy, but what I mean, you can't be afraid if you got to choose between your groceries and giving this bank your money and then them taking your money and shutting your account and closing your account. You got to make a executive decision and say, listen, putting food in my baby's mouth mean more than me paying down this credit card right now. I get that credit card taken care of. I get it settled later. I do a settlement. If it go to collections, I take care of it, get it spun, get it took off my credit. Talk to it. I got credit experts that do that kind of stuff. Get everything removed. Get stuff wiped back. It come back on. They get it taken off again. Give you some trade lines. Help you start an LLC. Get your business credit. Get you $100,000 in business credit funding. I know the people who do that. Listen, the system is made for you to bounce back. The system is made for people that are business savvy. It's made for people who have to file bankruptcy and then come back again. Look at Donald Trump. This man, bankruptcy, all of this. This man getting sued for $400 million. This man cooking the books. This man going to court for $400 million, and they still finna let this man run the country. This man he's not business smart. His business stupid. And they do bad business. That's why he getting all these lawsuits for the $400 million and all of this for cooking the books. That's crooked business. So as crooked as a businessman as he is, black people voting for him, and his Trump Towers used to discriminate against black people. They was told, they put a little mark on your application if you black, and they knew then not to give an apartment to you if you was black or Hispanic. And they got sued for that. And after all of that, they still let them run the country. After bankruptcy, after owing billions, they still let them run the country. You know what that means? That is the country telling you that we don't care about your bad credit. We don't care about you filing bankruptcy. That's the nature of the game. That's what the system created for. But see, what black people is, and I know this from being a real estate investor and knowing real estate investors, what I found in this is that white people who know real estate law and they know tenant laws, when they fall on hard times, they will run a real estate investor through the ringer. They will become a squatter. They will figure out a loophole to stay in that house rent free. And they will cost the owner of that property thousands. Whereas black people will take and rob Peter to pay Paul to pay that rent. No matter what, they gonna find a way to pay that rent. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good quality to honor your word and pay your bill. But what it is, it's a ball and chain mentality. Instead of being able to talk to the realtor and just say, hey, this is really hard times and I need a little break. Like, can you give me a little forbearance? I'm gonna make up. I'll pay extra once this job come through. And that's what some of the honest people will do who know a little bit about how this works, because the realtor understand, the owner of the house understand that if they kick you out, they got to go find a new tenant. They got to pay to have it clean. They got to find a new tenant, and that ain't guaranteed, because if you going through hard times, somebody else going through hard times. So now they got to spend all this money to clean up after you leave and get it all together, and then get somebody else in there to then be dealing with the same issue in 3 to 4 months with the next person. So they more likely to want to work with you than to have to bring somebody else in who might know about the squatting loopholes and the eviction process a little better, and end up costing them tens of thousands because they know more about the little laws and what all it take for them. Like that lady in LA who is living in that man mansion that costs $20,000-$30,000 a month, and she living rent free for the last 8 months because she done found a loophole that if his building is built a certain way and she done lived there for X amount of time, he cannot put her out until that thing right there that is connected is corrected. But they can't even correct it because she still got occupancy of the house and he can't get her out the house. But because she know the real estate laws and she know the tenant laws, she done finesse Buddy out his money. And Buddy had to go to the news. He trying to do everything. It ain't nothing he could do to get around that law. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that the system is created for you to have knowledge, for you to bounce back, for you to be able to weather through tough times, go through what you got to go through, bankruptcy, collection, whatever, and still bounce back, and to be able, the people who are millionaires done been broke 1,000,000 times. That's what a lot of people don't understand, is they millionaires and billionaires because we're not afraid to be back against the wall. We're not afraid to let a bank wait. We're not afraid to let some go to collections if we ain't got no choice. We're not afraid to go through the fire because life happens. It ain't that just running off on the plug. Now Donald Trump be rubbing off the plug sometimes. Some people get mad when I be mentioning Donald Trump. Oh, this sounds like it's personal. How could it be personal? No, he just in the public eye, and I'm using an example of the public eye just to show you that if the president of the United States, somebody who is the president, be filing bankruptcy and be owing people money and be running off on the plug, that lets you know the country condones it. That lets you know the country say, we not finna keep you down and not let you get a house and not let you get a car and not let you start a business and not let you get ahead because you had to file bankruptcy, or because you had some cars go to collection, or because you had to run off on the plug in hard times, or because you had to choose between feeding your kids with cash money at the grocery store or paying a credit card bill. We ain't finna let you lose. We gonna let you bounce back, because every president done been broke. Every president that now about 5 bankruptcy have been broke at some point in his time, whether it was from college or postgraduate or from his business ventures. Look, even Joe Biden, him and his son, you know, I think his son getting in trouble. They cooking books. They up there doing all kind of crooked business deals. They doing bite those deals. They showed where Joe Biden and his wife got a house that was $300,000 or $400,000 in Delaware, and they done got, I think them people said $4 million or something like that off of that house, because they keep refinancing the house. Say them people done refinanced that house like 20 times. The president of the United States, Joe Biden, look it up, Joe Biden house. Google Joe Biden house refinance and see if that article come up about how many times this man done refinanced that house. I say, this is crazy. I say, but here go Dave Ramsey and his underlings and his understudies got us feeling like we finna just burn in Satan house if we got 1 little ounce of debt. But here to go the people who run the country, get in business, get in over their head, and then just cut the cord. Oops, sorry. got to go. Sorry. See you later. And it'd be right there, boom, parlay right into a new business. And we be so job scared. We be so worried. We be, listen, everything is negotiable. Everything is, look what Trump just witnessed. This man a convicted felon. Do you know a convicted felon, you can't even get an apartment. This man a convicted felon and finna be the president. This man have been accused of everything and became the president. That right there is just a sign to let you know that there's no reason for you to be job scared. There's no reason for you to be money scared. There's no reason for you to be ball and chain to a credit card or to something if we getting ready to go through a recession. So be mindful, prioritize your bills. What bills is directly connected to your safety and your earning potential. Take care of those bills first, then take care of everything else. And if you can't take care of the other stuff, let it do what it do, and then you circle back to it when you're in a better position, and then you handle it. And for those of y'all who is debt scared, job scared, credit scared, shut up. Start your own channel, give your little raggedy financial advice and how you remain a five-figure superstar, and do that on your channel. Stay out my comments talk about, oh, that bad advice telling people not to pay their credit card, right? Listen, pay your credit card then and hush. We talking about, I'm not saying don't pay your credit card. I'm talking about if you got to choose between sending a transfer of hundreds or thousands of dollars to a card who already done closed the card on you or already done decrease your balance, or keeping your cash, sitting on cash to go to the grocery store or to keep a roof over your head, then you choose your food and you choose your roof, and then you talk to the people about forbearance hiatus because of hardship. And you let that right there come out in the wash or the rinse, and you handle that when you can. But don't get caught up being scared, because listen, we done did things because you deal with underwriters. So yeah, you talk to the computer system gonna say no if your credit's struggling. But if you go into the bank and you apply for a credit card, the underwriter could go ahead and approve you. You go apply for a mortgage, the underwriter could hear your situation, hear what happened with that situation 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and say, oh, okay, we get it, we understand, all right, cool. But if you just talk to the computer just set up to say, okay, this score, this right here on your credit, right? Nope. But when you talk to a human gonna understand, because the human you talking to got bad credit. Done struggled on their credit before, even if they credit good right then. They done struggled on their credit. Everybody done struggled on their credit. You can't get worried about that stuff. So listen, there's gonna be a lot of fear out here in this recession. Gonna be a lot of fear, gonna be a lot of scariness. But always understand, it's gonna be a group of section of people who always gonna spend money. They always gonna have money. Their job gonna go up in the recession because of the industry that they in. So it's always gonna be people that you could provide a service to that you can make money. You still gonna be able to make money. Don't be job scared. You're in America, you're in the land of the dreams. You're not in America, keep your head up, keep going. I hope there's some dreams over there where you at. God bless you. Get on over here to America if you can. It's a land of dreams. It's always gonna be a way to get it. It's always gonna be a way to get it. It's a young man who he make money off preparing people for a recession, and they pay thousands of dollars to join his community to prepare for a recession. So he make money from recessions. So it's always a way to get it. You got to know that. You got to understand that and get it together. But hey, this Tony Gaston, God bless you. This was a little side video. We on a relationship video right now, but I can't help myself but to talk about this other little side stuff every now and then. So God bless you. Forgive me. Hey, make sure you get over to wealthofhealth.com. I need to give them some headache gummies just in case for those of y'all who job scared and credit card scared. I need to give them some headache gummies. I don't even know if that's such a thing, but I need to get some of those just in case y'all get out there and, man, I got a headache, man. I'm stressed about these bills. Get your headache gummy. Hey, God bless you. wealthofhealth.com. Get your pre-order your elderberry gummies. They're gonna be coming here soon. God bless you. We'll talk soon.